Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Sunday morning. It is September 15th, y'all, and time is short between now. I mean, we're in the middle of September to November. Think about it. Time is short and it's flying. It's just flying by, y'all. We've got a real wet day. Well, we've had a wet few days here, and I believe we're going to get more rain. Thankfully, we're getting some rain, not as much as we thought from that hurricane that came through to our west, but every little bit helps, I guess. We're starting to get a few more beans come up. Mrs. Dawg, I mean, she had a good idea, plant a few more beans because we still have warm weather here in Georgia for a while now. So she planted a few more things. I think beans and okra. See what happens. It's worth a try. We got plenty of seeds, so we'll see what sprouts up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully something, we get a few more things there. Um, Ella got a haircut. Well, Teddy did too, but Teddy's doesn't want to come up here right now, at least. But Miss Ella, I guess you wanted to show off. You want to show off your haircut? You're looking good. And you feel better? Hmm? Yeah. You feel better? You got that haircut? You look better. You look good. Yeah. All right. Just wanted to give you a moment. You ready for a nap now? Okay. All right. We get a nap. Go find Teddy. I don't know where he got off to. I thought he was going to come up here, but I may have to get him on the next video. We'll show his haircut. I'm getting, Mrs. Dawg is about to give me a haircut soon here. All the dogs are getting haircuts, which I need one bad. And anyway, I'll feel better too after that. Okay, first, real quick, a couple of things. UGA, Kentucky, man, what an ugly win for the Georgia Bulldogs. Kentucky Wildcats, Kentucky fans, you ought to be mad. I would be a bit pissed because you had an opportunity. Y'all outplayed Georgia in every phase of the game. I give it to you. Kentucky came to play, and Georgia was lucky to get out with a win. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say. I don't know. It could be a long season. It could be a long season for the Bulldogs, but we will see. Went yesterday to get the oil changed on the RAV4, which Mrs. Dawg drives that a good bit. So we keep up the maintenance on that. I took it to the dealer because honestly, they're about the same price as anybody else that's reputable as far as oil change, rotate the tires, that kind of stuff. And of course, while I'm waiting on it, I walk the lot, this Toyota dealership, and just see what's going on. It's a fairly large dealership, and I did a little video on it yesterday. So if you hadn't checked it out, check it out. But I did that yesterday, and released it yesterday morning sometime. Anyway, some things I noticed. From say a year ago or so. A lot of vehicles on the lot. I think that's very telling. There were a lot of salesmen. Usually, in the last year or so, when I go and walk the lot, even though it's Saturday morning, I would not get approached, by a salesperson. This time, I got approached by three while I was out on the lot, and I think that's telling as well. So a lot more stock. They're overloaded on some vehicles. They had a bunch of trucks, which I think for several reasons. They've been having problems with their trucks, with the quality, yes, and they're way overpriced, I believe. I mean, all new vehicles are overpriced in my opinion, but the trucks are insanely priced. There's no way I would pay anything close to what they're asking right now. And people are doing it. Some people are doing it, but I think more and more people are like, I can't do this. You mean high prices plus high interest rates. I mean, it's a killer. People are paying 800 to 1,000 and more dollars per month for a vehicle, y'all. It's crazy. Other things I noticed, I did see some cars, like regular cars. The lowest priced car I saw was, I believe, a Corolla, pretty much a base Corolla, which was about 24 grand. Yeah, that's the lowest priced one I could find on the lot, y'all. So they had like two Toyota Corollas available, two, maybe three. The Toyota Camry, there were a little more. There were like 6 or 7 of them available. Bunch of trucks, Tundras and Tacomas. I could not believe how many they had on the lot. I think that's a sign of the times. What else? I didn't see any RAV4s and I didn't see any 4Runners. So those are selling still. They're selling apparently, or they're just not making as many. I don't know. So that was, I think the reality is hitting more and more segments of the population. There's going to be that segment of the population that can go and just have that disposable income, or they can plunk down cash and buy what they want. And I think there's a lot of the population that's been uh, borrowing, getting into deep, deep debt to stay up, to stay in step with the Joneses. Keep up with the Joneses. Oh, they got a new vehicle. Oh, they got this and that. I gotta keep up with it. But I think more and more people are like, they just can't do that either. They're in over their head. A lot of repos. You're seeing automotive repos skyrocket here lately. More and more people are living paycheck to paycheck. I believe it's the official, I think, survey was about over 70%. It's probably more like 85, 90% probably of people that are living paycheck to paycheck right now. Okay. Some things I noticed out and about yesterday. Miss Dawg made a comment on this. We ran a few errands and yesterday afternoon, and just people are just getting more aggressive on the roads. We stopped at a few stores to get some things, and not right here exactly where we live, but in the next town or two over, just to get some things. And more aggressive, tailgating, bad. I mean, even on rural areas. And then when we were in a town getting some things, short fuses, people are losing patience. I think they're just pissed off. They're mad. They're a lot of horn blowing. I thought I was in, I don't know, am I in New York City with all the horns blowing? I'm like, and Ms. Dawg even commented, she's like, what in the world is going on? And I think it's just, we've been seeing a gradual breakdown of people, and they're losing it. They're losing their squeeze. They're losing their stuff. They really are. And I think it's just starting to tick up a bit. And I think with us approaching November, I think that a lot of people, that you can just feel the tension increasing. So we really have to be careful. We really have to keep watch who's around us, what's going on, be aware. You don't have to be paranoid and not ever get out, but just do what you have to do to run your errands and such. Also, food prices, they're still going up. They're still going up. That's not coming down. Gasoline is coming down just here recently in our area. It has come down some. It's come down from what it was at least. Currently, right now, we're running I can get gas here for about 261, 265 right now. So, all right. Also, I think it's time. I think we not only just need to keep preparing, but I think we need to get in a position. Ms. Dawg and I have talked about this, and I think we need to get in a mode to where we could move on fairly short notice. Be prepared to be able to pick up and go. And I know that's easier said than done. And I know a lot of us, especially if you live somewhere for a while, I mean, we've been here 7 years now, and it seems like with all the stuff we have around and all that, like we've been here 15, 20 years. So it would be an ordeal to move, but I think it's smart to be prepared to vacate, to get out. And I'm not talking about necessarily bug out, like a big time breakdown emergency, but just to be able to escape your area because of what we're seeing in certain parts of the country. Springfield, Ohio, Colorado, like that Denver, Aurora, that area around there. Look at what's going on there. Dallas, Texas, from what I'm hearing. Oh my goodness. I mean, so, and a lot of people are zeroing in on the Ohio, that Springfield, Ohio area, where you have, it's at least 50% of the population has been just invaded by these folks coming in from Haiti they've come in illegally, and And I tell you, they're not just coming across the border. And I know some of y'all have commented on this, and you're right. Uh, they're not just coming across the border, and I'm talking about all, not just Haiti, but from all over the world coming into the country. They're being flown in. And I've read some reports of people observing they're coming in overnights, not in the daytime, and on plane loads being flown in here. So it's not just physically walking across the border. It's the south border, it's the north border with Canada, airplane loads just loading in here and being dropped off. Now, back to Springfield, Ohio, places like that where it's obvious you're not going to get the help. I'm seeing reports of that 3-letter agency, starts with an F, putting it out there that, the message is it's your fault. These things that we're hearing, they're like, we're going to help, report any hate crime, racism, and things like that. Offenses against the people of the Haitian refugees or whatever, the migrants. They call them migrants. But never mind, they're trashing your whole culture and overtaking everything, draining resources, the crime, driving when they shouldn't be driving. They're not licensed to drive. It just goes on and on, displacing people from apartments. There was a guy, I saw a video where a guy was talking to a city council there meeting, and he said, I don't see one Haitian homeless person, migrant homeless person, but I can show you a lot of American citizens that are here that are homeless. And there are reports of people being displaced, forced out of their rentals, and being replaced by you know what, you know who. And I think that's going on a lot more than it's being reported. And so now you have your own government that's not going to back you up, not going to help. So it's obvious you're not going to get the help there. This is going to increase there. So, and I think it's deliberate, right in the middle of Ohio, heartland of the country, So I think we need these people. I would get out now, get out of there. Get not ready. Just go, get out and get as fast as you can while you can still get something for your home or your property or whatever. If you wait longer, this is not gonna get better. And I think there's a big potential for after this November and into January, we're going to see, can you imagine 4 more years plus probably of this just increasing and accelerating? So I think we need to prepare for that. I think we really do. Just be realistic here. So if we can get ourselves in a position like here, we don't plan to go anywhere. We're probably here for the long term. However, and you can say, well, I'm in a red area and it's, it's safe and relatively safe and all that. But these folks in this Ohio town probably thought the same thing a few years ago. Now look at it. This can happen anywhere, and it will. So if we can get in a position to where we get ahead of this as much as we can, just try to outrun it. I know you're going to be like, well, dog, we're going to keep running and we won't have a place to run to. We don't know. If I were a resident of this town in Ohio, this Springfield, Ohio, man, I do what you have to do. Get out of there. They're already going a town or two over to shop because they're afraid that, well, the crime and therefore their safety to shop in their own town. How terrible is that? And we're not even talking about a place like New York City or anything like that. We're talking about a small town. So it's terrible. So other than that, I think we need to keep preparing for winter. Let's stock up on some things. Look at your stocks. Protein, I think is huge. course, your water. Look at your water filtration, of course. Sleeping bags, blankets, things for the winter. Your normal, socks, underwear, stuff like that. I think let's take a look at that as well. But again, I think if we can just get in a position to where we can move fairly quick if we have to. I think that's the reality that we're facing coming up here. I really do. All right, I'm going to go to a passage. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to do two passages. All right, very encouraging. First one is Psalm 27, verse 1 says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" Amen. Amen. He is our strength and our salvation. Absolutely. What can a man do to you compared to that, right? And let's see, Romans. We're in Romans. What is this? Oh, let me get to the right one here. Okay, yeah. Romans chapter 8, verse 18. Now, somebody had commented about this passage, this verse, a video or two ago, and I can't remember who it was, but they put this in the comments, and it's a good one. And I've probably said this one before, but it's been a while. Again, Romans chapter 8, verse 18 says, "Consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." The glory that will be revealed in us in heaven when we are wedded to Christ, basically. And we are home, truly, citizens of Christ. I don't think it can't compare to anything that we experience here, any sufferings or anything else. I think it's so beyond our capability to describe. And I think it's going to be really, really, really nice. So just to put it mildly, we don't have, again, I think it can't compare. So I believe that should be encouraging. It encourages me. So I think everybody wants that. I would think everybody wants that. Who knows? All right. So share your thoughts. Let's keep preparing. Let's keep aware of what's going on around us for sure. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.